Hello, my Flosstube friends. It's time for another episode. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Fun Friday Flosstube Weekly Update. I am Annie, Joy-Filled Stitcher, both here on YouTube and over on Instagram. And you have reached my channel and this video about cross-stitch, knitting, and other crafty endeavors. So, welcome. This is Flosstube number 95, and it is Friday, March the 12th, 2021. So, I hope everybody's having a great week. We had a good week. It was a short week of school. Today we have off of school. It is Friday, and it is not even 4 o'clock yet here in my time in Texas. That is because I am recording a bit earlier this evening in hopes that I can get some stitching in. It is Whip Go weekend, and so I have some goals I want to accomplish on my projects. So, welcome to all of you who might be new since my last video or within the last few videos. I've seen a few new numbers roll up on that subscriber count, and so that means there are a few new folks joining in on this Fun Friday Flosstube. If you are not new and you are returning and you are one of my longtime Flosstube friends, welcome back. Thank you so much for coming back and hanging out with me on this Friday or Saturday or Sunday or whenever you get a chance to watch this. I am slowly but surely catching up on my Flosstubes. I fell further behind. I'm behind all the time because I am a completionist by nature, and once they're added to my playlist, I watch them. Plus, I have so many people that I want to keep up with and watch what they're doing and see their progress that it's really hard for me to be like, no, I'm going to skip this video. So needless to say, Vlogmas, Flossmas, put me way in the hole, like over a month in the hole. So I'm slowly but surely climbing my way out. Now, granted, I have found some other tangents on YouTube to follow. Namely, I've fallen back in watching some of my planner folks. I have fallen into watching Photographer Reacts to America's Next Top Model video shoots. Mostly just lighthearted things similar to Flosstube for me. Instead of turning on a TV show, I turn on my playlist. And I have a playlist that I set up in my YouTube where I add in, and I literally go about once a week. I go through my subscription feed and I add to that list in order, and they are listed in order. And when I find a new channel, because I find some new channels because y'all share one with me or they're recommended to me, I kind of watch maybe the last couple. There have been a couple people have said, I've noticed some comments coming up from people watching my earlier videos. I don't know what you've gotten yourself into. Because that's a lot of content. I think since the beginning, my videos have been square round about an hour. So that's commitment, y'all, to get through 95 of them. And then on top of that, there are all the extras. Now, granted, you don't have to watch the extras. But like during Flossmas, I recorded every day. Every day. And then I also had my weekly 1-hour videos. Anywho. All right, so what do we have for you today? I have a couple of administrative-y kind of things. I don't want to say administrative because this is not a business, but kind of the businessy type things of this video. I want to thank some people for buying me a fancy floss. I want to share with you who won last week's giveaway. I have some giveaways for this week. At the end, I have my Angel Kindness card. I'll do a little life update smattered in and out. Got some whips. I have no finishes. I don't even know. Might have had one start because I'm still kind of in the throes of doing the Steel City Stitchers March bracket system. And so I'm going to tell you kind of about that. I actually, because I don't have a ton to show, I don't have very much stash at all. I want to show you what I'm going to work on this week because I thought that would be kind of neat. Since this is spring break, I kind of have some ideas about some things I want to work on. But let's get to the very most important thing that I love to do on this channel is I love to give you a virtual hug or two. And I ask you to give yourself a hug because this started back last spring when a lot of us, myself included, who are very like tactile folks, who enjoy hugs, we're not getting hugs on the regular. I am blessed to have a daughter who I refer to lovingly as Joyful Little One, who believes that her gift from God is hugging. And I would have to wholeheartedly agree with that. She gives the world's best hugs. So I have not had any lack. My quantity of hugs have probably not decreased very much, other than like I am in a culture at school where we hug, side hug kids. I mean, that's just kind of, we are a family. I teach at a private Christian school, so we believe in nurturing a child completely, like their mind, their spirit, their faith. And so yeah, fist bumps and all of that. And we've, gone to elbow bumps. So needless to say, I'm not lacking, but I know some folks have reached out and said they really enjoy this. Some have been, I got a comment last week and I loved it. I cannot remember exactly who said it, but they said they kind of had like the internal conversation that they had with themselves, which was the first time the virtual hug, okay, you do you. And then by like the fourth or fifth video, it was like, yeah, come on in for the hugs. So if you're kind of like you do you, this is a quick thing. It's painless. But it's something that I have found beneficial to myself, and I know some of you find it beneficial. So let's come in for our hugs this week. So we give a hug on this side. We give a hug on this side. And then I ask you to give yourself a big old squeeze. And this is going to be an awesome video, an awesome weekend to end this awesome week. That's a lot of awesomes in one sentence. So let's thank some people for some fancy floss. So I say so a lot in my videos. In the description box below, in most of my videos, I post a link to buy me a coffee. I don't drink coffee anymore. Not going to go into a long, drawn out whatever about this. But I don't really drink caffeine anymore. I don't drink coffee. I don't drink tea. So I decided to, demonetize my channel back mid-October. I chose to do that because I was not happy with the ad content that was put in to my videos and the sheer quantity of ad content. Now, I personally, when I am watching YouTube, don't see ads, but a lot of that has to do with the fact that I pay a premium membership. I pay about $12 something a month so that I don't see an ad. So I don't know how bad it got until I had some folks reach out to me like, for some reason there were mid-roll ads. I've never once turned on mid-roll ads. At one point, an update made it so that they just were on and you had to go in and turn them back off. And in a 1-hour video, there were 5 mid-roll ads, which is too much in my opinion. I do this for my own personal enjoyment. I started this as a record of my stitching. I love memory keeping. I love having this record. I occasionally will go back and watch an old video and see how much of a train wreck it was and how far I've come in my stitching and what I share. I'm learning my style, just looking at your comments and some of you, how long you've been with me. So I don't do it for revenue. This is not a business for me. I already work a full-time and a part-time job, and I'm a mom, which is not a job, but it is my life's calling. And I'm a wife, and I keep my house, and I do planning and memory keeping and crafting. And so this is not a business for me. It never will be. I love putting out content that you love. And so I demonetized, but I'm doing a lot of giveaways. And so the Buy Me a Fancy Floss is to help me continue to have things to show on the channel. And it also goes a lot towards postage. It helps me buy the stamps and the envelopes and the packing materials and things to do the giveaways, to give y'all some awesome things to look forward to. Some happy mail. It helped fund doing my Christmas cards. And so for those who do Buy Me a Fancy Floss or more, I share their names in my video. If you do not want your name shared, you can give anonymously. You can say, please don't shout me out. But I love sharing these people because they made my heart so happy. And I don't do it for this. but it's just something that's like reading your comments means more than anything else to me. So thank you so much to these folks who reached out and bought me a fancy flotch, which is not mandatory. It's not required. I'm here week after week for no reason other than I love stitching and I love basically chatting with the screen and pretending it's all of y'all. So thank you so much to Pam, Eileen, Tracy, an anonymous donor, Amy, and Glow. And Glow had, I couldn't figure out exactly what your name was, and I did not want to butcher it. And so you are Glow. Forevermore with me, you are Glow. So I do have, I did a giveaway last week, and I'll go ahead and get this out of the way. So I did a giveaway last week for some Chelsea's Checks fabric. So the week before, I had received, I had purchased a 1 yard bundle of the Chelsea's Checks from Fat Quarter Shop, and they came in. When I had purchased the Priscilla's Pretty Plaids, I don't Halloween stitch. And I don't really stitch things that would need an orange and black fabric. And I think these are very well made fabrics. I have a yard of it. So with the Priscilla's Plaids, I cut it into 4 quilting fat quarters, which that is not quite the same as a stitching fabric fat quarter. They are approximately 18 by 22, but you can get 4 out of a yard. So I said if you wanted the possibility of having a fat quarter of this sent to you for finishing, whatever you want to do with it. You want to use it to blow your nose. When it's yours, it's yours. I would not recommend blowing your nose on this because it's beautiful and it needs to be finished into something. But if you choose to make a project bag out of it, that would be awesome. Please share with me what you choose to do with it. If you choose to let it languish in your drawer for 18 bajillion years, I'm not saying you have to do anything with this. But I picked 4 folks that had mentioned checks in their giveaway, not giveaway, had used the word checks in their comment, used random YouTube comment picker. There were only 71 people who said they wanted this, which was rather surprising. But maybe not, this is not everybody's jam. I also didn't actually have it to show. I said you had to trust me. So for those 71 folks who trusted me, you had very good odds of getting this. So the top 4 commenters, there was only one person that when their name was picked, they had not filled out my Google Happy Mail form. I will chat more about that when I do this week's giveaways. So, the 4 lucky folks who I'm going to send this to. By the way, I am dreadfully, woefully behind on sending out giveaways. I will be doing that this week. I'm on spring break. I have additional time on my hands. Everything's going out this week. So, Marty Hyatt, H-I-O-T-T. I think I did that right. I apologize if I did not. Susan Compton, Pam Ripley, and then Connie Croissant. I'm not sure how you say your last name, but I really would think it was cool if it was croissant. So croissant, that would be how, you know, like my Texas grandmother would say it. Anyway, you 4, I will be putting this in the mail to you this week. So yay for some finishing or project bag making, or put it in a quilt or a table runner, or just put it in your stash for a rainy day. So yay. Thank you so much for the fancy floss. Thank you for entering that giveaway. I am going to chat giveaway in a little bit. I actually have quite a bit to give away this week. So let's show some projects. How about that? Because let's get into it. So, all right. What did I work on this week? The first thing that came out, I think I showed this maybe in last week's video, but this is part of my March competition bracket. And this is, which I'm doing along with Steel City Stitchers. So it's similar to the MBA's March Madness. Started with 8 projects, 4 whips, 4 new starts. I've narrowed it down. This was part of the original 8. This one along with a few of the other ones, and then it narrowed it down. I put my polls up on Instagram and let y'all pick, and so I'm at my final 4 now. I have since done 1 pairing of the final 4, and so I know who's moving on from that pairing. And then I have 2 I am working on. Maybe I don't know that yet. Okay, anywho. Mine, though, is centered all around Ink Circle's Patreon charts, which leads me to a question from last week's video that I have not had a chance to answer in the comments, so I'm going to answer it here, but I will go back and type a response. That was really fast. If you were watching me on 2x speed, you may not have understood that at all. And Siri was trying to capture all of it. There was a question about Ink Circle's Patreon. The first one was, what tier am I? So as far as I know, she has 3 tiers. One of them is her highest tier, and I don't remember what the prices are, but the highest tier, you get sent like every new release, and either a paper chart or a PDF. You get the monthly freebie, you get the every other month or every month coloring page, like, so it's kind of cumulative. So that's the most expensive. I am not at that level. I am in that mid-level, and the mid-level allows me access to the coloring page each month or every other month, the freebie chart for the month, all of her exclusive posts, and then every so often, like, she sends just a little goodie envelope of stuff. Like, it's been like a decal of one of her designs. I got a needle minder one time, a Carrie's Creation floss, every so often. There's no guarantee as to how often that is. And then there's one other one, which I think just allows you to see her sneak peek post, and that's the least expensive. So I'm kind of in that middle range. I think it's $10 a month. And to me, it is well worth it. Now, the second part of that question was, do you have access to the patterns from the past? When I signed up, I believe I signed up like last March, and she only had a couple of months before that. I think January was when she started it in 2020. And I did have access to back charts. I know that some creators limit the amount of time that you have access to backlog, meaning if you join in October, you may only have the previous 3 months. I don't think that's the case with Tracy, but I don't know that for a fact. So the best thing I can tell you about that is there's a messaging feature. I believe you could message her. You could also sign up for 1 month and see what you get in terms of back charts, but it's well worth it. Like, even if you only get what's currently available and moving forward, it is so worth it. Because I've got 8 here, and I've got more that I have not even started. So this was the last one that I was working on in my top 8 or elite 8. And this is Posey Go Round, and this was from May 2020. This is on a 16 count Aida from Hand Dyed by Stephanie in Slate. That I think I got just a random like 9x22 piece from the remnant bin at my local needlework shop. I am stitching this in 4 colors of color and cotton, and I have all of the interior of this design done. So now I have the kind of lace doily effect. And this is in Color and Cotton Primitive Vines, Color and Cotton Hollyberry, and Color and Cotton, what is that one? Emerald City. And I think it's turned out really cute. My last color is going to be Color and Cotton Mycelium, which is like a really pretty pinky white to go around the outside. So this one did move on to the next round. It defeated the other project. And so it will be moving on. In fact, I think I'm working on this one tomorrow, maybe. Or maybe it's Monday. I am not sure. This was part of round 1. And this is Spider's Plaything. This was the September 2020 freebie chart. Patreon chart. Shouldn't say freebie chart. This is on a 14 count Color and Cotton Mystery fabric. And I am stitching it with some beautiful flosses, hand-painted flosses from Jody of Steel City Stitchers. I was gifted these by Michelle Bendy when she finished. So I have Jody Pink, Jody Gray, and Jody Purple. And then I have thrown in for my kind of white, this is Pearl from Color and Cotton. So that's my palette. And this is in a Diana bag. It is Kismet Stitches. It's the small size. And so this is what I have so far. I am thinking this one did not move on, but that is okay because my thought is that whichever one gets picked is rather small, and my goal will be to finish and FFO, which is finally finish, or fully finished object, the item. And there's a chance that I could easily get more than one of these complete because they're not very large. Most of them are 40-ish by 40-ish or less. So yeah, this one is though complete for this, for the time being. All right, then let me see what else we've got. That was that round. That was that round. That was this round. I'm not sure if I showed this one in last week's video. I think I did. So let me show you the new start that was for that Posey Go Round beat. And this is in a Love You More Studio sleeve. It's from The Office. And on the inside, it's got The Office characters like his bobbleheads. And I, of course, had to have it. I love The Office. This is another one of the Patreon exclusive charts. This was from August of 2020. And this is four-fold Mountie. It feels very Celtic to me. This is on... What is this on? I might have written it down. I might not have written it down. It appears I did not. But it's an 18 count... I think it's a color and cotton grab bag. Or, no, it's not. I think this is Swiss Coffee. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, I did get a bit of a start. Not much. My stitchy bug has been kind of low this week, just in general. And so I'm stitching it in the DMC. And then I didn't have 934, so I pulled Classic Colorworks Balsam Fir. I did not have the 3821, so I pulled a color... Victorian Motto that had the DMC conversion is 3821. It's Sunny Day. And then the other colors are the DMC. So this is not like it's not going to get stitched at some point because I enjoy it. I've enjoyed so far what I've done on this. All right, so some of my other ink circles projects that have come out to play for either the first or the second round. I'll start with this one. This is in a Bags by Wendy bag. I've mentioned her in the last couple of videos. She has beautiful bags. This is her Catacorn bag that I purchased the small size. Find her on Instagram. I have linked her or put her Instagram name. She sells her bags through her Instagram. They are top quality. This is the 9x7 size. I love the little, this is my one of my favorite details is that each of her bags have different pulls. This one has a little gemmed cat, which I think is so cute. I had to rip this one from my daughter's hands. Okay, maybe not rip it, but like she tried to rip it from me. Anyway, this one did move on. This one beat out Spider's Plaything, and this is from October 2020, and this is Attack of the Thread Chickens. And the story behind this is, and I love that Tracy shares this on her Patreon, is that she stitched this with one 5-yard skein of Weeks Dye Works and had literally this much floss left. So she was playing thread chicken and she won. So good on her. I am stitching this on a 14 count Aida from Color and Cotton in a beautiful floss from, I believe this was from a Black Needle Society box, I think, but I don't remember which one. But this is Forbidden Fiber Co.'s Scarecrow. It is gorgeous. I think this might be available on her website if you just want to go purchase. And this is a 6-yard skein. So I don't know that I will have to play thread chicken. We shall see. So this is 14 count Color and Cotton Mystery from a grab bag. And I've worked a little bit on this and have a bit going. I don't know that I made the best choices of the fabric with the floss. Just in general, I love it, but you kind of can't tell what anything is. But that's okay, because ultimately, I think it's skulls and creepy hands and things. And this was the October one, so I could think it would kind of be a little bit on the spookier side, which is not my jam. So I think it's just going to make a pretty pattern, and that's okay. This is a skull. Can't really tell, but that's okay. But I love the floss. I love the way it variegates. It's beautiful to stitch with. It's awesome to stitch with. And so, yeah, I spent some time on that. This one is moving into the next round, so it will come out before the 15th again. So, yay. I'm going to put that over there. This one has already come out for its second go round because it won its round. This is the Love Bug, which is the very first. Okay, so this gives me an idea of when I joined. I might have not joined until May or June because the first chart was April. of last year. And this is the Love Bug. This one has like majorly pummeled its competition both times. This is on 16 or 18 count. I think it's 18 count Barnwood from Picture This Plus in the called for DMC. And I'm out doing all of the outline first in DMC Black 310. And then I will go back in and fill in the colors. So yeah, this one has pummeled the competition. And one of the competition, I'm not even showing this week because it beat it like last week, early on. And then the other one that it beat was this one, which is the January 2021, which is 8 circles, roll your own. And I am stitching this one because it's mine. This is my colorway. So yeah, it beat this one. But this one's very, very small. This is on a 16 count color and cotton Ada from a grab bag. I'm loving my grab bags, by the way. And instead of 310, I am using color and cotton typewriter. And so I've just gotten in some more of the outlining. And then again, I will fill this one in as well. But that's as big as that is. So I am actually going to stitch this one and one other one. And I have an idea for a finish. So this one may be one that gets picked if I finish my champion piece. So Love Bug stays because I think it's winning. 8 circles is done. All right, so other than that, I did work on, I pulled out this piece. It lives in a Love You More unicorn pouch. And this piece was one of my WIP goes this month. My goal was 7 days. I've done 7 days. So this is So She Did by Teresa Kogut. It is a PDF chart available on her Etsy. I am doing some color changes on it because this is for Joy Filled Little One and I let her help me pick colors. This is on an absolutely gorgeous 27 count Linda from Be Stitch Me. It is an unnamed. I don't know if there's anything similar to it. It was a Friday night fight night. So what I have done so far is I have filled in more of the flowers in her dress. I have done her arm. There is some more shadow of her hand. This arm's done. I've done the shading up here. I've come up and done one of her cheeks. And so I've got, I believe, one more flower down here, then the dress to fill in. Again, the shadow up under her hand, and then her whole face and hair and the words. It's nowhere close to being done, but I love the progress that I got. This is WIP Go weekend, so even though I've completed 7 days, just to put my hands on it one more time, for WIP Go weekend, I'm going to try to get 1 day on this, which is about an hour. 1 day for me equates to about an hour of stitching. Because that's all I can really guarantee myself. And that's on a good day. So anywho, when I am finished stitching this, I will share my conversion. And I realized I can do posts on my Buy Me a Coffee link. And I think anybody can see them. I think they're public posts. So I'm starting to think I may put my conversions there. I haven't decided that yet. Or figured out that yet. All right, I did for a monthly challenge pull out, this is an Evertotes bag. I did pull out my, where's the cover photo? Or the printout photo. 12 Days of Christmas. This is by Satsuma Street. I have finished day 1. I am currently working on the 2 turtle doves. And I'm just keeping this on the hoop because, one, my whole working area is in it. And I'm really close to finishing this one. And it's solid block filling. This is on 18 count, just white Ada. And as you can see, all I have left to do is that. And so yeah, this is on my WIP Go to work on, might be 21 days this year. So I'm kind of trying to pull it out a little bit each month. Because if it gets to that month, I'm not that good of a monogamous stitcher. I can do 7 days and not get burnt out. But if it's a 14-day project or a 21-day project, I'm trying to pull it out a little bit. Plus, I love stitching on this. The colors are so bright and so fun. I've noticed that she put out a super cute little Easter egg pattern. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to be good. So I added it to my Instagram to buy saved folder. But it's hard. It is hard to not buy things, folks. It is so hard because I'm typically of the opinion if I see it, I buy it. And I am happy that I did that with one of my purchases I made this week. It's not here to show. However, Barbara Ann and Nitka Moscow came out with a new collaboration. So Nitka kits it. Barbara Anna designs it. It's beautiful. It's called 4 Seasons. It sold out in 12 hours. It was supposed to last 2 weeks. I got mine. And it's on the way. All right, I have one more stitchy thing to share. So this is my second Whip Go piece. So I have gone ahead and started this for 7 days. This is in another Diana bag. It is fabulous. And this is Hands to Work Revisited. And this is Return the Kindnesses. And this is one that I'm actually stitching along, or started along with Stephanie of Just Keep Stitching, or Steph of Just Keep Stitching, and we are stitching it under the hashtag Besties Bunny Sow. And so, not that I post very much on Instagram, I've fallen off the wagon again. But anywho, I am doing a, if you are stitching this, go, or any other bunny chart, go put it on there. I am doing a color and cotton conversion. I think they're all color and cotton. Are they all color and cotton? They are. Oh no, I have one Victorian motto. But I'm doing a complete cotton, fancy cotton conversion. These are color and cotton and one Victorian motto. That's the orange, which is Bridge in the Hollow. And I love my palette. And somebody asked me if I'd shared my colors. I absolutely will. This is on 18 count sampler gold from Color and Cotton. That's the fabric. And I have a tiny bit that I put in last night. I don't even count it as a day yet. But my goal for this weekend is 3 days. So 3 hours of work. And so I've started, I did the rest of these letters. So E-turn. And I finished this half of the H and the E. And I love how it variegates. So it's got this and these, this letter and a half are one color. These are another color. This is another color. And then I think it goes back to this color over here. And then it's got words down the side that alternate between this and this, I think. So anyway, I'm excited to spend some time on this. I am obsessed with my Color and Cotton. Obsessed. 100%. Some of my favorite. It is stiff. It's almost like undyed. And I don't know how they do that. I found that I cannot do Picture This Plus. My stitches don't look as pretty. And I know that that's a personal thing. Like probably anybody else that looked at them would go, wow, that looks amazing. But something about the floppiness and the squishiness of the holes, like this looks like it's undyed. This is like I'm stitching on just that white Aida. It's magic. Angela is a sorceress. She's a wizard. Anywho, so I have basically 7 days left on this. So you will see this next week, in next week's update. All right, so I actually have 2 knitting things to share, if that's all right with y'all. Because I've been trying to get a little bit of knitting in. So my socks are one I'm going to show because that's so easy to pull out, like for a couple minutes on my lunch break or whatever. The first one, though, that I want to show is actually my Lentilla. This is a shawlette that I am actually salling along, or knit alonging with Erin 2 Martini Stitcher. And we have it hashtagged, hashtag Treehouse Lentilla Cal, K-A-L. This is from Strict Mick, Martina Bem. It is one of her kind of hitchhiker-esque shawls. I am knitting mine in Treehouse Knits, which you can find on Etsy. This is the August 2020 Mystery die in a fingering weight. It's beautiful. It's got shades of blue and then pops of peachy pink in there, like blush pink. And the last time I showed this, which was quite a while ago, that is where my Progress Keeper was. And this is from a shop on Etsy called Charmed and Dangerous, and she does beautiful polymer clay. Progress Keepers, stitch markers. I think you can get them as like scissor fobs. I think there's different findings you can get put on. I get the lobster claw, so it's a Progress Keep. So this is where I am so far. You can see the ruffles. That is through German short row increases. And so I've done quite a bit since the last time you saw this, which I've knit on it here and there, but I don't typically show until there's enough to show. So real quick, before I forget, I'm going to move my keep so I can remember where I am now. So I have moved it up, and I'm going to put this back. And yeah, I've enjoyed pulling that out. I kind of did a bit of a straight section and then did another ruffle, and then I've started in on another straight section. The straight sections take longer because it's more stitching now. It's more stitches on each one. And then I'll show you my socks. And this is in a Spectacular Yarns bag. And I am just doing a vanilla sock from CC Java Pearl. It is with Nomadic Yarns Kiss the Girl. Last time I showed these, I shared that I had cast on my second sock. So this is I am doing I did a magic loop start, and then now I am on 9-inch circulars. So here is I have very narrow feet, so my socks are fairly narrow as well. So here's where I am on that sock. This is where I was when I showed it last. Again, another super cute Progress Keeper from Charmed and Dangerous. And I'm going to actually move it up right now to where I am currently on this sock, and then I will show you the other sock. And this yarn was from a D-Stash. I'm enjoying. It's a self-striping. I enjoy it immensely. And I don't know if these will end up being my socks or my daughter's socks. I'm not sure. And then this one I didn't get as much progress because my goal was to get the other one closer to this one. So I did, though, put some additional. I never seem to stop where my toes don't look completely ridiculous. So I am a bit further along. And I'm just taking it every so often and measuring it against my foot. Somebody laughed when and hashtagged it. I made myself a foot. This is my left foot. And so every so often I take and I fit it to my foot. And when it gets to about here, which is where my ankle bone is, that is when I will do my heel. So yeah. Yay. And then another Progress Keeper from Charmed and Dangerous. It's, you know, a stinky skunk for some stinky socks. They will be stinky if they are joy-filled little ones. She would die if she knew I said that. She was that baby that, like, her feet smelled when she was a baby. So now her feet are like, ugh. I can't believe I just shared that. Yes, I can. The more you know. So anywho, she takes after her daddy in that respect. So again, these are on 9-inch circulars, and I have to do some investigating as I get closer to doing the heel turn. And I think I'm going to do a fish lip kiss heel. Everybody says it's like a really good heel, really well fitting. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. So anywho, worked on those a little bit. So that's it for what I worked on. Let's chat a tiny bit about plans. So plans this week. I have plans to pull out for a 2-day rotation my Dreaming Girl Sal from Barbara Anna Designs. This is on a beautiful color in cotton fabric. It's a limited edition, and this is where she is. I finished part 1. So part 2 was very minimal. It was some little flowers on this side and flowers on this side. Part 3 is like the entirety of the stuff on top of her hair, which is a beautiful, like, summer scene. It is so cool. Oh, and P.S., if the kit that was released by Knit Moscow was not enough, she released a, what is it called? It's in celebration of the artist Gustav Klimt, and she released another girl like this that pays homage. And so I purchased it. It is not a kit. It is a chart, a PDF chart off of Creative Poppy. And I've spoken about Creative Poppy before in the past, and I do not have any problems ordering from them. The other one that is coming out that I am so hopeful might get a finish. I'm doing a modified finish on this, i.e. I'm not stitching the whole thing. This is the Blue Flowers Autumn Drum. I have the other acorn chart, and so I am just going to stitch the top of this. And so I don't have a ton left to do. I have 2 more acorns on each side, some leaves, and some little flower doodads, and then the over one with my initials in the year. So it's not much, except that this is on 40 count, and it's going to be over 1 on 40 count. So yeah, but it's beautiful 40 count. This is on vintage pecan butter. I purchased this as a kit from Acorns and Threads because it is an Acorns and Thread exclusive. They do sell this chart. They do not, I think they will kit it, but they don't have the kit that I purchased quite some time ago that comes with the silks and another piece of linen. So yeah, I would like to get the top of this done. And it's in a beautiful So Much to Love bag with these awesome little French squirrels on it. So yes, that's in my plans. Also in my plans is my massive Barbara Anna Designs All Creatures Great and Small. It's in a full-size Love You More Studio co-sleeve because it fits the whole chart. And is on an 18 count Ada from Oksana. She's a dyer that I have purchased from off of Stash and Loading. And this is what I have so far. Now, I was not super loving all of my colors. So at this point, I need some variegation. So I went in and pulled fancy flosses that are close to the DMC. And I thought this was a good time to do it because I haven't really done much of this hill fill-in. The house fill-in is going to be the same because it's just a flat gray. But for some of the detailing, I didn't like the DMC conversion. And I've heard the anchor is better, but I wanted to do this from Stash. And so I pulled in some pretty, like this pretty barn red is going to be for the barn and some of the flowers. I've got some oranges and greens, a lot of color in cotton, some classic color work, some gassed, some DMC still, like 3861, 3864, which I believe is skin tone, 648, which is that house, and then I think I have one Victorian motto, which is very prim teal. So yes, I don't know what that's going to look like compared to what I already have, but it can't. If it looks terrible, it looks terrible, and I will continue on with it because I love this piece. I want this piece to get some time. It, I think, is a pretty lofty goal for WhipGo, and this is in an awesome, like I said, Love You More, and this was Fox Prints, and I love it, and I love the full slice. One more thing to share. This is another Love You More. I think it's so cute. I don't know if any of these are available. I set about to stitch this series this year, so the first one that I'm starting is the Spring Whirly Gig. I am starting this on the first day of spring, which I believe is the 20th this year. I am stitching them all on this 20 count Ada from Be Stitch Me in Grog, which is a beautiful one. It's way more fabric than I need, and I've pulled a combination of the called for flosses, close, did it all from Stash. I didn't buy anything for it. So yes, that is coming up this week as well. That's what she wrote in terms of plans and what I worked on. So let's talk pitiful, joy-filled stash time. It's joy-filled stash time, which there is not much. This basket is very light and very empty. So the first thing in here is I had mentioned, I think last week, that I canceled a lot of my clubs. And I did that because my stash overfloweth. And I have so many things that I want to work on. And so, yeah, I canceled most all of my clubs. And one of them I canceled, but I had already paid for this one, is the Heartstring Samplery Sunday Stitches. I had done the auto ship program through Crazy Annie's. There might be more that I want in the future, but Beth is pretty good about, within time, she puts them available as PDFs on her website. And so any of the other ones that I really enjoy, I'll just buy as PDFs because I work from a digital copy anyway. So this is Be Thou My Vision, and it says, Thou my best thought by day or by night, waking or sleeping, thy presence, my light. And I think it's beautiful. I've seen a couple people stitch this one and the Amazing Grace, and they're just gorgeous. I am going to be starting Amazing Grace in April. along with all of my other Christmas gift items, and I will chat more about that in the future. All right, I did get my February Stitchy box, Stash Delights box from Stitchy Box. So this was the only other month I'm going to get of this, so I thought I'd briefly show you what I got. I got some brownie singles. This is a raspberry cheesecake brownie. Mix, heat, eat. 90 seconds to a delicious treat. I received a fun little bag. This typically has some cutesy little embellishments. So this month it was kind of all about love and things of that nature. So I got some faceted rose quartz rounds, which are beautiful, little sparkly. A 8mm Swarovski crystal heart, which is beautiful. I don't know what I'm going to put that on, but it's gorgeous. And some little gold dangly charms. Also in this, I received a pretty sticker decal, which I will put in my journal or my planner. I did receive a free chart. This one is Love Blooms. It's gorgeous. It is charted in, it just says a dark floral color, leaf stem color, and a light floral color. They give you DMC suggestions, but you could stash dive with this one. And she also gives these beautiful sari bags, and mine had my floss in it this time, which is gorgeous. This was a great month for floss. So there's a flower silk, which is Stitchy Box exclusive, and this is called Flowers of Love. It is a 60-inch length, and I've talked about this in previous videos, so I won't go into super depth. This is a Planet Earth fiber. I've never heard of this. 6-ply silk. It is so soft. And this is a one-of-a-kind #1 for Stitchy Box. It says Lot 802. It's a beautiful green. So it could be good in that chart. This is a Stitchy silk in Pale Plum. It is a French spun silk. So it kind of has a more matte appearance. It's not as shiny, but it's gorgeous. It's like a lilac color. This is a Fiber on a Whim hand-dyed pearl cotton. 12 pearl cotton. And it's gorgeous. I love that. I don't think I've had a hand-dyed pearl cotton before, but this is in the colorway Carnation. Then there is a limited edition Gentle Arts in Spiked Punch, which is beautiful. And then last but not least, a gorgeous Forbidden Fiber Co. 6-yard cotton. And it is in English Rose, which is a beautiful, beautiful color. Beautiful color. So that was what was in the Stash Delights box. It is a subscription box through Stitchy Box. But as I said, I will not be receiving this one anymore. I've enjoyed it, but I have so much stuff, guys. Although that hasn't stopped me from joining this floss club. But I had to because I am so in love with the Forbidden Fiber flosses. So I got little card that says, it's called the Just Flossin'. I love how she's flossin'. Club by Forbidden Fiber Co. It has a sweet note from Leanne. And so there's 10 colorways in the club. And it has, oh, excuse me. There's 10 from the regular collection and 2 that have not been released yet. So it's 12 flosses. They're gorgeous. She also sent me 2 little punched thread drops, which they love. So let me show you the 2 previously unreleased ones. I think it told me which ones were unreleased. I think, oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, these are the one-of-a-kinds. So we've got, this is one-of-a-kind heartfelt, which is gorgeous. You can see that variegation in there. Then this is the other one, which is Evening Shadow. Again, beautifully variegated. And then these are the other ones that I received. Oh, that's a great black. Okay, sorry. Deep Sea Dive and Raven. And I believe these are colors that are available on the website to purchase in singles. Or you can go join the club. Then we've got Highlighter Yellow and Coral. These are beautiful. Love that coral. And that is Highlighter Yellow for sure. Oh, I love these 2 together. This is Celery and Flamingo. Oh my goodness, that pink and that green are gorgeous. That just screams spring to me. I love these two. Twilight Mauve, which is this one. Ugh. And then this is Atmospheric. Look at how beautiful those are, guys. And then the last two are Beach Ball, which is a highly variegated. Oh, I've got to find something to do with that. And then Chipmunk, which is so good. It's a great brown. But look at this one, guys. Guys, hold on. Guys, look at all the colors in that. That is gorgeous. So these, I believe, are available on the website. The only two that are not are the first two. The cost for this is $30, including shipping, I believe, for 12 flosses, which is pretty good. They all have 6 yards. And like I said, I love stitching with them. So I did go ahead and join up on this. I did drop some of my other clubs, like I said, because I'm like at capacity on my storage. I'm at capacity on my storage no matter what, but I did want these like bad. And I love Leanne. I love her product. High quality, super quick shipping. Highly, highly recommend. And as far as I know, the club is still open. So I do not think I have anything else to show you. This week, like I said, was kind of a short work week. It was made even shorter by the fact that Joyful Little One got another sinus infection, which meant we had to go to the doctor on Monday. She had to have another COVID test because if you run a fever and have sinus congestion, you have to rule out that it's not COVID and blah, 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 blah. She was fine by Tuesday. She's on antibiotics. She's hanging at the grandparents tonight. And so we finished out the week. We are on spring break. We have absolutely nothing planned except a few doctor's appointments. Joyful Little One has her first visit to the orthodontist to see if there's anything we need to be doing since she's 9. Apparently now orthodontics is earlier and earlier than when I was. So let's chat out some giveaways for this week. So if you made it to this point, good on you. And I have 4 Stitchy giveaways and 2 yarn giveaways this week. How about that? So a couple of minor details. Please do not say giveaway, free, those kind of words that people can search in your comment. Come to the video and claim things who don't have any intention of stitching or knitting them. I want them to go to somebody who enjoys this craft or wants to try this craft. Like in terms of the yarn, you don't have to be a knitter or crocheter. If you have any interest in ever trying it and you think these are beautiful items, put the word in there, please. I will ship pretty much anywhere unless there's somewhere that I'm not allowed to ship to, which that changes from time to time. The charts ship in a regular envelope with a stamp. So there's no like cellophane bags or extra padding or anything like that. Obviously the yarn will ship in some form of like a Tyvek envelope. It's the least expensive option that I can get so that I can do this more frequently. Please have filled out the Google Happy Mail form below. If you've already filled it out, you're good unless you had an address change. If you did, go ahead and fill it out again. You don't have to contact me. What happens is if you're selected, I look to see that there's 2. I go with the more recent one. Okay. Use the keyword that I say to use. Please be 18 so I can legally have your address. And I think that's it. That it? I think that's it. All right. So I have a couple of heart and hand charts. These were sent to me and I don't have any need to stitch them. So I figured I'd pass them on. Pay it forward. So the first one is a heart and hand. This is Wee Sister. It says Sisters Are Special. Super cute little chart. It is 65 by 39. So a little rectangle. It is charted in Gentle Arts, Weeks, Anchor, DMC conversions. So lots of options on how to stitch this. So if you would like to stitch this, please use the word sister, S-I-S-T-E-R, just singular sister. All right, next up, it's another one in the same series, We Grandparents. So it says grandparents are grand. And this one is 65 by 68, so it is a square. It is charted in either Weeks Dye Works with an anchor and a DMC conversion. It does call for 1 Mill Hill star button that I do not have. It is not included. So if you would like to stitch this, please use the word grand, G-R-A-N-D. Next up, Wee Mom. Moms are magnificent. So this one is 85 by 79, so the largest so far. Again, it has a star button that is not included. And it's charted in Gentle Arts with an anchor and DMC conversion. So if you're interested in stitching this, please tell me the word mom. You can tell me how awesome your mom is. You can tell me anything about mom. Mine would be, my name is Mom, Mama, or Mommy, not Mother, with the roll of the eyes. So Mom, M-O-M. And then the last chart that I'm going to be giving away is this super cute Raise the Roof design, which I did not know until right this, like last week, that Raise the Roof is Teresa Vanette and Susan Rayner. Pretty cool, right? So this one is called What Side? And it has this super cute bed where it's got, what side of the bed did you wake up on? You wouldn't even have to do the text. I think the bed is super funny where you've got like the storm clouds or the sunshine. Super fun Raise the Roof chart. This one is 112 by 159. And it looks like it's got some buttons. I was looking to see the flosses. Oh, here we go. It's charted in weeks or Gentle Arts, but it has a DMC conversion for all of them. So, nice, crisp chart. And so for this one, I would like for you to use the word wake. W-A-K-E. Wake. Okay, now let's look at some pretty yarn. So these are both Knit Picks yarns from the Hawthorne Fingering Weight collection. The first one is this one called Alberta Arts. These have approximately 357 yards. It's 100 gram skein, hank, whatever you want to call it. And the suggested is a number 1 through number 3 needle. That's US size, or a B through E crochet hook. It's 80% superwash merino wool and 20% polyamide. Machine wash cold, tumble dry low. So easy care because of that super washness. So this one is in the colorway Alberta Arts. And so you're going to use art in your comment, A-R-T, if you would like to have this gorgeous hank of beautiful, beautiful yarn sent to you. The other one is also a Hawthorne. Same general details. This one is from the Happy Valley. So it's a really pretty hand-dyed yarn, or I don't know if they're hand-dyed, but they appear hand-dyed. This one is Happy Valley. So I'm going to have you use the word happy, H-A-P-P-Y. So let's go back over our words so I can remember. Happy for this yarn. Art, A-R-T. Wake, W-A-K-E. Mom. Grand, which is the grandparents, and sister. So not super hard words. You do not have to put them in a fancy sentence. You can literally list them. Mom, grand, sister. Just leave a space in between. You don't have to put commas. I'm not even going to be the comma police on you. So we are close to an hour, which means I think we can end with our beautiful Teresa Coquette Angel Kindness card. And I love these. I'm probably getting close to going through the whole set. I don't really know where I started. I may start repeating some. That's okay. But they are beautiful. These are her angel art that she has then translated into these lovely thick cards. And they have a beautiful saying on the back. And so this one has this lovely angel. I love the flower detailing and the detailing of the wings. And the pops of turquoise, I think, are maybe one of my favorite details. And it says, the best way to fill your life with love is to open your heart and give love. Yeah, sounds about right to me. So the best way to fill your life with love is to open your heart and give love. So, I love you guys. Thank you for joining me this week. I hope you have a fantastic week ahead, whether you've got spring where you are. It's spring here. It's muggy and gross. We're kind of in this, we've been super windy all week, and then it's muggy, and it just needs to rain and then be nice. We've had a fruit basket turnover in weather this year, but this is pretty spot on for spring. So Mother Nature's maybe getting her self in order. So have a wonderful stitchy week. I will check in with you next Friday. Until then, be safe, be well, yeah, and get some stitching in. And I will say, or sing, So long, stitch well. I'll see you soon, my friends. Goodbye. Goodbye, and I'll see you next week.